get ready to get sent down on the Extended Play podcast with Ian Tank.
Welcome back to the Extended Play podcast with Ian Tank. We are a music discussion show without the hipster snobbery. And today we are revisiting an old topic
that we said we would.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Last season we had I think it was audio only episode,
yep.
But you can check back in the feed. We have everything here on YouTube for you to check out as well. But we listed our 10 favorite music artists, right? And the idea here was that each year or so, out of the 10, we were going to follow the sort of the European soccer rules where we were going to send the bottom 3 artists. So like our least favorite out of our top favorite, we're going to send them down to this imaginary minor league. I think we called it the Meppel.
Yes.
Right, which is the
The
minor.
Peppel and the Meppel.
That's right. Minor extended play league. Right. So three teams, 3 artists leave and 3 artists come up. And At least, yeah. We talked about possibly doing more.
Right. We forced ourselves to at least say goodbye to 3. You could do more, but just to keep it churning.
Yeah.
And then we would revisit it roughly yearly.
Yeah.
Every other season, something like that.
Just thought it'd be a fun exercise to do, right? Because you have these artists that are probably never going to leave, that will always be the Manchester Cities and the Liverpools, if you will. And then you have the other teams that are more like yo-yos that come up and down and up and down. So
I made the mistake on not mistake, but I approached it as, I believe I said on the audio episode, like I said, if you were sending me to a desert island and I said, what 10 artists do I want to have the catalog of? I suppose it's a good place to start, but it's not really effective for what we're doing here because that may not change over time.
Sure.
So that's how I set my original top 10.
Okay.
But now going forward, it's going to be the 10 that are in my headspace right now.
And that's how I operated too. So we're on the same wavelength. That's great. Okay.
So minor change to what I originally said, just so you don't call me a liar from last season. But we have our new 10 and we each have at least 3 that dropped out and new artists that replaced it. And I know you're on the edge of your seat. So
that's right. And if you're a new viewer, welcome, subscribe, please. This will give you a good introduction to the kind of stuff we're into. Yeah. So, and just because these are our favorites doesn't mean we're not open to a whole bunch of other stuff too, right? And if you followed us over the course of the show, we're always trying out new stuff, but these are our tried and true, as the kids would say, ride or die.
That's right.
They're not even kids anymore, right? Yeah. They're full-blown adults that say ride or die. Yeah, anyway.
All right. You want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
All right.
Okay. I did not rank them. If you recall, I did not rank them, shockingly.
I am in shock.
That's right. So I think we'll give very little detail on the ones that stick around.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So the ones that did stick around from the original 10 were the Smiths. They go nowhere. All-time favorite band. No way they're moving anywhere. Phish, I still listen to all the time. I was just watching their performances at the Sphere. Those are up on YouTube now, so we're watching those. Sigur Rós, going to see him this summer, playing with the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. Still one of my all-time favorites. Great relaxing music. Bob Mould, he nearly didn't make the list. He nearly got relegated, but he's got a fairly wide catalog. And so there's always something I can get into with him. So he's very reliable. Run the Jewels, my only hip hop entry, are not moving. They remain in my top 10 artist list. And another one that nearly got the axe were Deftones. But then they played Coachella and did really well at Coachella. I saw a lot of the videos and got a lot of reaction. I guess there's a song of theirs is big on TikTok right now. So kids who went to Coachella were into seeing Deftones, which is cool.
So it's like they pulled off a win in the 38th game to stay in.
That's exactly right. Yep. So those are the 7 that stayed up. The ones that are going down, let's see, how should we do this? All the ones that go down and then who they're replaced by, one for one. What do you think?
No, I guess maybe I'll do my 7 that stuck around.
Let's do it.
All right.
Go for it.
On the fly here at the Extended Play
That's right.
podcast. So of my original 10, sticking around are, and I did do the rankings. So, of course, number 1, it's Metallica. It probably will be till I die.
Yep.
Number 2, Foo Fighters, unchanged. Number 3, Run the Jewels, unchanged. I think the only one that is on both of our lists.
Yes, it was. Correct.
Number 4, Jason Isbell, unchanged. There's a new number 5.
Wow. Right. This is great. See, this is why I should probably rank things.
Yeah.
For the drama. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Number 6 is still The Roots. Number 7 is still Faith No More. New number 8. Number 9 is Drive By Truckers. They are still on the list.
Still on the list.
So the other 3 are new.
So 5, 8, and
5,
10.
8, and 10 are new.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. So mine are all, I think, essentially 8, 9, 10.
Yeah,
if I were to rank them, they're 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
And because I'm an idiot, I accidentally crossed off my probably all-time favorite, which is Radiohead. So anyway, they are still on the list. If you're counting at home, you clearly saw that I only mentioned
Tom
6.
York sitting there with a bowl of cereal, like going, "What the fuck?
What the fuck, man? I thought we had something here."
Right? Was it Wall of Eyes?
Yeah, right. No, Radiohead still on the list.
Right.
Okay, so the first artist that actually gets the axe is Wilco.
Really?
Yeah, because I just realized the last 2-3 albums I haven't even put on.
Yeah.
And one I knew it was called the country one. It was called like literally like not Pure Country, because I think that's like a compilation from the 90s, but whatever it was. Cruel Country, Country World.
Okay.
Fucking
whatever.
Whatever. That shows you why they're not on the list.
Yes.
I'm not paying attention to them enough anymore. And for whatever reason, that sort of brand of alt country, it's just not making my normal listening. So
Okay.
still a great band. They'll be a yo-yo band, but they didn't make it this time. So they got relegated. Another artist that got relegated was Brian Eno.
Okay.
He barely made it before, and he was sort of like a nice to have ambient artist.
Yeah.
I still listen to him, but not as frequently as I had in the past.
Okay.
So he's getting the axe. Sorry, send you down to the Meppel. And then Deafheaven. Even though I just went to the show,
I'm a one-trick pony.
a bit.
Yeah.
A bit. And that show I went to see was a 10th anniversary show where they played an album in full. They've had 3 albums since then, and I'm still mostly interested in that album.
Yeah.
So I still like them a lot. I still listen to them a decent amount, but I think for this exercise, they could go.
Okay. And then I'll do my 3 that went out. Number 10, which, numerically makes sense. Actually, I think 10, 9, and 8 of mine went out. So then I
sort of resorted
of like Drive By Truckers fell from 7th to 9th.
That makes sense. Okay.
But falling out was number 10, Anthrax.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't done any.
You had mentioned that they were barely made it as it was.
I'm sorry. Like Metallica, I'll let them take 5-6 years between albums because there's generally a lot going on. The songs are complex. They do massive world tours.
Sure. Right.
The fuck is Anthrax doing?
Well, half of them are.
I know.
Doing Pantera, or one of them's doing Pantera?
I think there's finally going to be an album this year. Okay. I know that Joey's recording vocals finally, which is usually the last thing. But come on, guys. Yeah. Like you can at least be more prolific.
Get it together.
So they might come roaring back later on, but for now, gone. Tori Amos, not at all surprising.
Yeah.
It's been a steady downhill slide.
Right.
She got on the original 10 out of respect, body of work. But I mean, she was just here and I just didn't want to go, which I kind of regret. I saw some live video. I'm like, dude, I should have gone. It's one night.
Yeah. but you've done it.
Many
Plenty times. Yeah.
So she's out. And then De La Soul.
Oh.
I got no problem with De La.
Yeah.
It's just, there will be no more new stuff, right?
That's true.
And it's not making it into the rotation very often anymore. Maybe there'll be, it'll swing back around. But,
I think there was a new track the other day with Pasta Noose on it, but not a De La Soul proper album. Yeah.
So those are my 3 that went away.
Okay. My 3 that joined that earned promotion, The Hives.
Nice.
Yep. I've listened to them the entire time. They were a group that just barely didn't make the list before, but with the death of Randy Fitzsimmons, their latest album, it's reinvigorated my love and appreciation for the band. I went back and now I'm playing them more often, and I went back and now I think they're seeing a lot of new fans or like fans coming back to them because they're repressing their old albums now on vinyl, which they didn't do before. So now I'm picking those up. It's nothing like anything else I listen to, right? It's just this up-tempo, fun rock. Don't take themselves too seriously. My kid loves the Hives. I can play any song in the car and she rocks out to it and we love it. So
nice.
They made it. This was a tough one. I bumped up Jimmy Eat World.
Really?
Yes. And I haven't listened to a Jimmy Eat World record in a long time. So this was kind of a tough one for me, but they've been there for a long time. And what they offer is what I like is the blend of, I like a lot of songs that are loud, quiet. I also like bands that have balance between melody and like really rockin' guitars. And the album Futures is probably one of my favorite albums of all time. And it's got that great blend where it's got songs that are very pop rock sounding alongside songs that really hit hard. So great band, very earnest lyrics. I really appreciate that. So And then my final one, I had no jazz entries last time.
Okay.
So I swapped ambient for jazz. So I went genre for genre, really, which was tough because I'm all over the place with jazz. I like a million different artists.
Right.
I thought Louis Armstrong, but I actually looked at my record collection, and I have some sitting here off camera. The artist that I have the most jazz records by is Bill Evans.
Really?
Which we played here in the podcast before. I think we did Waltz for Debbie as one of our playlist challenge songs. So piano player, whether it's his solo, a trio, if he's part of a larger group, he strikes the blend between, first of all, it's piano. And I think as far as re-listenability, there are some times where when the band leader is a trumpet player, it's a little much.
It's a little more grating.
It is a little more grating.
Yeah.
And piano, if you're leading the band as a piano player, I think there's something a little more soothing about it.
Yeah.
I like how, I think for people who aren't into jazz, it's the great blend of staying truthful. Like if he's going to do a standard, he'll do the standard and you can still hear the standard. It's not so wacky and free jazz that you don't even hear it anymore. But then he does the fun solo stuff and then gets back into the groove. So I think it's a good entry point for a lot of people who aren't into jazz. So Bill Evans makes it.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's my 10.
All right. And then filling in the holes created by the departure of the three bands that I kicked out. We'll go in reverse order. No, actually, we'll go start at the top. So number 5 is the Black Crowes.
Oh.
Much like the Hives with you.
Yeah.
They were like just totally off my radar. New album comes out. Solid album.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, wow. There's a lot there. So I go back and listen to all the old stuff. I listened to the new one. I don't know what the running time of that album is. It's got to be short because I listened to the whole thing like twice a day just working.
It is short.
Right.
Yeah. We reviewed it. I'll link to it down below. Yep.
But no, I mean, the album grew on me. I gave it a 7. I stand by that in terms of my official rating, but it's a 7 I like to listen to a lot. Right.
Right.
So
absolutely.
it's not the Beatles, but it is, repeat listenability is very high.
Awesome.
So they are number 5, probably close to where they should have been to begin with. And because they deserve to be at least in the middle of the pack. Wow. Number 8, Bon Iver.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
nice.
I started with Holocene and worked my way both forward and backward, really, in the catalog. And I'm going to keep going. And I definitely see him kind of becoming a mainstay.
Okay.
Some things like, is it 22 a million? Some things are a bit jarring and
yeah, sure.
They took a little bit more time. But once I let that happen, I'm pretty much in tune with it. And he's starting to earn my trust of like, it's going to be good.
Yes.
No matter what he does, it's going to be good.
Yeah. I think once you get a foothold in the world, you allow him some, absolutely.
Right. So whatever he does next, if I don't like it at first, he'd be like, all right, be patient.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah. And then the last new addition at number 10, Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
I mean,
makes a lot of sense.
We talked about the beef. It, made me go back and listen to some of the older stuff. And I do think that, both of us kind of have, the lists don't reflect how much we like hip hop. It's really hard to latch onto an artist that has a deep catalog.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
It's hard to latch onto.
Yeah. I mean, there's, like Run the Jewels is on both of our lists for a reason. 4 albums that are rock solid and arguably getting better as they release more.
And I could listen to anyone at any given time.
Hip hop by its nature, there's maybe more like bangers and fillers. There's ups and downs. So, but Kendrick, just definitely bolstered by this beef, which I'm just in love with everything that's happening.
So great. Check out our episode on the beef.
Yeah. Then I go back and listen to Good Kid, Mad City and Damn and just good stuff. So as of now, he will be at number 10.
Awesome.
Welcome to the Pepple.
That's right. And so stick with us. We a yearish from now, we'll go back to this list and see who survives and who gets relegated, and who comes up and gets promoted. If you like this kind of stuff, let us know. Well, let us know what your favorite.
I'd love in the comments. Like if you have someone that kind of dropped off for you and someone that came on, like throw it in there. We'd like to hear what you're kind of losing interest in and gaining interest in.
Yeah, that'd be great. Who's the newest artist on the list? That's something we should maybe think about, right? Like, the artist has the smallest body of work that's made it on the list. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. We've got a ton of content out there. This is our end of our 4th season. Yeah. So please go back. We've got a lot of great stuff for you to watch. We'll link to all the video shows and audio shows down here. And as we said in the My 5 Summer Songs episode, we hope you have a great summer.
That's right.
And we'll see you soon.
All right. Bye, folks.
See ya.